Hello! Thank you for joining me once again. Now this week I want to talk to you about how I'm less a therapist and more an editor. So less therapist, more editor. Where have I got that from? Well, I got it from a client. A client said to me only last week, "It's like you've edited my life." And I thought, that's interesting. Nobody's ever said that to me before. I've had lots of lovely compliments. I've had lots of wonderful thank you cards and things sent to me and bunches of flowers and bunches of balloons and all the rest of it. But nobody's ever said I was an editor. So I had a big think about this and I had a look at the definition of editor. And it is obviously talking about written publications, but in this instance, for the sake of the metaphor, let's look at what happens if someone edits something written. It's changing it, it's correcting it, it's condensing it, and it's modifying it. And so she's right. That's exactly what I do. After those first 3 sessions, if my clients use the tools that I give them on that 3rd session, their lives will and have changed. So it is a two-way street. The first 2-3 sessions help me to get you to desensitize, to release you from the trauma and the anxiety so you will stop feeling bad. But anything that happens after that, it's kind of down to you to do the work. Along with my support, obviously, I give you tools that you can take forward into your life, and if you use these tools and don't leave the tools in the garden shed to rust, then your life will change. But actually, it's you that's the editor. It's you. Looking at the next bit, correcting. Well, what we're correcting there is your emotions, your sensitivities, your traumas. We're desensitizing you and correcting your emotions so that you respond normally to your life rather than overreacting to your life. Condensing. That's an interesting one. Obviously, in publication terms, it means something like doing a synopsis of a certain paragraph, or a paragraph can be too wordy. And that's a really good metaphor, especially with trauma. Because trauma becomes a massive issue. It could only, whatever the event is, it could only have happened for the whole duration of the thing can have happened in 5 minutes. And because we relive it over and over and over again, especially with PTSD, that one event can take up an enormous part of your headspace, of your life, to the point where clients look back and they can't remember anything else that happened that year. And interestingly, when that trauma is lifted, lovely memories from around the same time start to pop up. And so that they're able to enjoy them all over again, stuff that's been buried. So yes, once the trauma is condensed, the client is freed to enjoy their memories, the good memories. Modifying. Well, I think I've just illustrated that. We're going back and looking at what is hijacking you emotionally and memory-wise as well. And by modifying that and changing the way you respond to those things, that's a modification. So basically what I do is I help clients to revisit their life and give them the opportunity and help them edit it and give them the opportunity to revisit it and find those glorious moments in there that have been buried under all the rubbish. So many times people have said to me, "You know what, I've never told anyone else this before." Now the first couple of sessions I don't necessarily encourage a lot of talking, I've already said that. But on the 3rd session, and if you decide to stay with me for ongoing coaching, the talking is what's important. But talking about traumatic events is so much easier once you've been desensitized to it. And sometimes talking about it helps you to make sense of things, helps you to find a lesson, helps you to see what you can take from that and bring to your loved ones, your family, and your children even. So whilst we're doing all this editing, we're also learning And we are creating a life for you that is perfect. And so that you can then be free to move forward through your own life, editing it as you go along. So if you feel like this is something that you would benefit from, you don't need to come through this door. 50% of my clients are online. In fact, I have one on the ferry to Hong Kong Island right now that I'm going to be working with in about an hour. But if you do need my help, please get in touch. Don't forget, 3 sessions, 2 weeks, 1 brave message. Bye for now.